trust flows from an external referent, not from the system's self-assessment. 3 layers of external verification now exist. The executive order covers the model before it ships. FIDO2 hardware attestation covers the agent before it acts. The V.E.R.A logic engine covers the output claim by claim after it is generated. The executive order stops at the command line. The V.E.R.A logic engine does not. It is jurisdiction-agnostic. It verifies the claim, not the model that produced it. This is V.E.R.A Saturday on the Hamburger Report. Link in bio.
Let's get into it.
In 2026, a US executive order required governments to read the AI model before it could ship to the public. That architecture had been building for 2 years. This is the Hamburger Report. I am Andreas Hamburger, Enterprise Architect and Te Pono V.E.R.A Project Lead. Wellington. What a US executive order, an Anthropic S1 filing, and an orbital jurisdiction gap tell us about the architecture of AI trust. The ARC3 argument is now confirmed from the policy direction. External verification is not a product choice. It is the architecture that survives when you cannot see inside the model. ARC3 has been building toward this point across 5 structural validations. TII's external referent, the copy-failed CVE, the Sternberg and Curl assessment, the S-internal latent space framework, and the simple tool HoloBench IL corruption result. Episode 18 argued that frontier AI reasoning is going underground. Latent space compression removes the internal reasoning trace that inspection-based verification depends on. Episode 19 confirmed the structural problem from a different direction. Reinforcement learning training for stronger reasoning increases tool hallucination rates proportionally to task performance gains. The models that reason hardest fabricate most confidently. 2 episodes, 2 structural problems, 1 architectural conclusion. If you cannot see inside the model, and if the model's self-assessment is corrupted by its own training objective, the only verification architecture that can still function is one that operates on outputs, not on internal state. The US executive order builds 1 layer of external verification for AI systems. 3 layers now exist in the architecture, and each covers a gap the other 2 cannot fill. The model layer is the executive order 30-day review. Government assessors review model capability claims before deployment. Pre-deployment, 1 time, it cannot prevent post-deployment claim fabrication in individual outputs. The identity layer is FIDO2 hardware attestation for agents. Hardware-bound attestation verifies agent identity before action. Per transaction. It cannot verify the factual content of claims the agent makes. The output layer is the V.E.R.A logic engine. NTP-grounded verification checks individual propositional claims in AI outputs against external reference data. Post-generation, continuous per claim. This week's EA Thursday series examined the identity layer in detail. The 3-layer architecture is now visible across the full week of series output. The governance principle is the same at every layer. Trust flows from an external referent, not from the system's self-assessment. If you have been following the V.E.R.A ARC since ARC3 launched in mid-July, you are watching this principle arrive in policy terms. The Free as in Theft Wednesday series launches in September, and it traces the same sovereignty argument through a different lineage. Subscribe now so you do not miss the transition. The implementation anchor for ARC3 is claim extraction. Before V.E.R.A can verify anything, it must identify which parts of an AI output are verifiable claims, classify them as E-type existence assertions or N-type logical inferences, and route them to the appropriate verification pipeline. The NTP classification is the epistemological foundation. A claim can only be verified if it makes a specific falsifiable proposition. The Eiffel Tower is in Paris is E-type. It asserts existence and location of a named entity, and it can be checked against the E exclamation corpus. A logical inference from stated premises is N-type, evaluated by the Crumpets load analyzer against NTP inference rules. A fabricated tool call, the failure mode simple tool HoloBench, documented, is an E-type existence assertion. Tool Y exists and is available in this context. The Crumpets analyzer classifies it as E-type. The E exclamation verification service checks whether the tool is registered for the current deployment context. If it is not, the assertion is flagged as unverified. The fabrication does not propagate to action. The crumpets analyzer and formula parser are complete and tested. The E! verification service architecture is defined with a Wikipedia and Wikidata proof of concept in place. The gap is at the front end, automated extraction of structured, classifiable claims from unstructured natural language output. The FFACT score measures the proportion of E-type claims in a given output that receive an exits verdict from the E! verification service. A high FFACT score means the model's existence assertions are grounded. A low score flags unverified assertions for human review. The score is not a guarantee, it is a calibrated signal. That is what external verification produces, not certainty, but a structured account of what is and is not confirmed. The FFACT score matters for governance professionals because it is measurable and auditable. A procurement committee requiring an AI supplier to demonstrate output quality can ask for the FFACT score as a baseline metric. A board receiving an AI risk report can ask whether the factual claims in that report have been independently verified. The score gives governance a lever it does not currently have. Allied states now view pre-deployment review of frontier AI models as a national security matter. A system that fabricates tool calls and generates unverified existence assertions in outputs that drive action undermines meaningful human control regardless of what pre-deployment review concluded. Under the 1977 Additional Protocol 1 Article 36 obligation, new means of warfare must be assessed against international humanitarian law, and that assessment requires the system's behavior to be characterized. Output-level verification provides one part of that characterization. New Zealand has no equivalent to the executive order's pre-deployment review requirement. The Public Service AI framework requires life cycle safeguards and human-centered principles. It does not include a pre-deployment external review gate for frontier models. That is a factual gap in the current regulatory posture. The closest New Zealand instrument to the executive order's external review logic is Information Privacy Principle 3A, the Privacy Act 2020 amendment, effective 1 May 2026. Which imposes an automated decision explanation obligation. Information Privacy Principle 3A operates post-decision. The executive order operates pre-deployment. The V.E.R.A logic engine operates in the middle, claim by claim, before the decision is acted upon. The three instruments are not competing. They cover different points in the same chain. The National Cybersecurity Advisory Body's guidance on careful adoption of agentic AI services issued with allied partners on 1 May 2026, establishes that allied intelligence agencies consider pre-deployment assessment of agentic AI systems a governance priority. Enterprise architects working with agentic AI systems should read the executive order as a signal about where collective allied thinking is heading, not only as US domestic policy. The executive order stops at the deployment boundary. It requires a 30-day review before a model is publicly released. It does not require ongoing monitoring of what the model produces after release. It does not reach individual outputs, individual claims, or individual fabrications. And the executive order stops at the Kármán line. Orbital AI inference, frontier models running on compute platforms beyond sovereign jurisdiction, falls outside the executive order's reach by definition. Emerging compute-in-orbit architectures are not US domiciled deployments in the conventional regulatory sense. The executive order cannot require a pre-deployment review of a model that was never deployed to a US regulated server. The V.E.R.A logic engine's output layer architecture does not have this limitation. It is model agnostic. It verifies the claim embedded in an output, not the capability that generated it. It is jurisdiction agnostic. It does not require the model to be registered, reviewed, or licensed anywhere. It requires only that the output contain a claim that can be classified and checked against external reference data. This is ARC3's closing argument, made in policy terms. The V.E.R.A logic engine was designed for a world where you cannot see inside the model. That world is now policy confirmed. Te Pono V.E.R.A is open source under GPL 3.0 at GitHub. The next step is to show the pipeline running.
That is the Hamburger Report for today. If this was useful, subscribe and hit the like button. It helps more professionals find the channel. You will find links to everything we covered in the description below. I am Andreas Hamburger, and I will see you tomorrow.
Like and subscribe.